Welcome to Chalaki News, where we talk about everything from crazy celebrity mess to heartache and pain to whatever I want to talk about at the moment. But first of all, before we start, I want to give my condolences to Calandria Rowland, Kelly Rowland. She lost her mom on Tuesday. Her name was Doris Rowland Garrison, and also Todd Tucker. Uh, he is on the show Real Housewives of Atlanta. He is also one of the producers of Hollywood Divas on TV1. He lost his mom, Miss Sharon. So God bless the families of both of them. God bless Kelly Rowland. God bless Todd Tucker. And everybody's involved. That's quite sad and horrible. So yeah. Um, if this is the first time y'all watching me, hey. Um, I talk about everything. Did I already say that? I think I already did. Look, I usually get the BS, the entertainment, the fun, not so serious shit out the way first during these videos. So here we go. Taylor Swift, America's Sweetheart, is approaching her fifth week at number one with her album 1989. I still haven't heard the album, but I heard it's nasty. I like Taylor Swift. I think she's a cool girl. She's winning. She's beating all these girls out. All right, she's giving these bitches the TKO and not giving a fuck. All right. I bet y'all never had a news that was so, real and just cussing. Well, right? It's scary. Um, of course, Taylor Swift would win. Of course, she would win. She is cute. She's tall. She's, humble. She's a good role model. She writes good songs. She plays the guitar. She's blonde and she's white. So, of course, she's going to win. Well, shouts out to Taylor Swift. Good for her. I think she's a dope artist, really. Genuinely, I do. Hazel E. Love and hip hop star. Love and hip hop Hollywood star Hazel E. Chow. She has a new boo, and it's Cat Williams. Why? Hell, if y'all watch Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Hazel E done had it rough. She's been dogged out by everybody, from the window to the wall. Okay, tragic. But I said that according to SisterSisterMagazine.com, recently Hazel was spotted in her birth city, Cincinnati, Ohio. Shouts out to Nasty Natty. Attended the comedy show of veteran comedian Cat Williams, both natives to the city. Cat took the time to introduce Hazel at the beginning of his act. He said that I want to take the time to welcome and thank the beautiful star of Love and Hip Hop, Hazel, for coming with me this evening. Said that they was dressed nice and all that good stuff. And I'll definitely leave the link in the bottom bar below. Pretty much everything that I talk about will be in the bottom below so that you guys can check it out on your own time. Unless I tell you otherwise. So shouts out to Hazel and Kat. You know, good for her. I wish nothing but the best for Hazel. At first, I just thought that she was delusional, and I still think she's delusional. But the way that people was treating her on the show was totally out of line and out of order. And just because somebody's delusional doesn't mean that they deserve to be treated badly. So shouts out to her. Oh, alrighty. Mariah Carey, the one and only, the legendary Mariah Carey, my my biggest musical inspiration besides my mother, is Mariah Carey. And besides, my favorite male singer of all time is Luther Vandross, and my favorite female singer of all time is Mariah Carey. So anyway, Mariah Carey performed at the annual tree lighting event for Rockefeller in New York, and it was a little shaky for the girls, to say the least. She showed up late. Apparently, she held the kids and everybody up for 3 hours because she was supposed to pre-tape her performance the day before, but she wasn't able to because apparently she was, on the phone, discussing things with the lawyers and everything about, with the attorneys, with the custody battle that she's, going through with Nick and the kids, and Nick is so childish. And so all that, and I can sit here and go on about how many haters Mariah Carey has, and how people only love to um film her bad performances and everything, and say that she hasn't lost her voice and whatever. But I'm a fan, so of course I know that. But to just random people who don't really know of Mariah Carey and her her history and all the things that she's accomplished throughout her career, um they, if they just see any kind of little bad thing, they'll be like, oh, well, she's done, she's over. You know how it's mostly the younger people, these days, below 25. But anyway, I ran across this article by Forbes.com, and it is by this gentleman. He wrote up this very nice article about Mariah Carey. He's not even a fan, and I just wanted to read it to you guys. All right, here it is. It says, defending Mariah Carey's Christmas tree lighting performance. It says the news and social media are buzzed today about singer Mariah Carey's performance last night in the NBC Rockefeller Christmas tree lighting special, which is receiving reviews in the range of mediocre to horrible. Now, it wasn't even that bad, but she was out singing in the cold. It was ice fucking cold. She was rushed on stage. She didn't have time to let me just read the shit. I can't believe that I'm writing this, and I'm no fan of Carrie's vocal gymnastic style, but I like to defend her singing performance at the show. First of all, let me say that there's no defense for keeping your audience waiting for 3 hours before appearing, as Carrie did last night. It's disrespectful to all involved, even if it was due to a matter of great personal importance. Carrie was reportedly meeting with her lawyer about the terms of her divorce settlement with husband Nick Cannon. It's the fans that support the career and lifestyle of all performers, and to forget that for even a second is grounds for a performer's downfall in the public eye. That's already happening to some degree with Carrie, considering the dismal sales of the album she released a few months ago. That's fair to say, I guess. That aside, when Carrie finally did arrive, she had a lot to overcome to have a good show. Let's look at some of the circumstances. Now it says, first of all, if you listen to Carrie's performance, it's obvious that she had zero time to warm up. This is true. Many vocalists will spend up to an hour doing vocal exercises before a performance even begins to get their voice in, shape. That she couldn't hit some of the higher notes is an indication that her voice just wasn't ready to go. Although I didn't hear the entire performance, I would bet that by the final number, those notes were coming out clear and clean. Okay, this is a lot to read, so I'm not going to, go on and show y'all how much I like to read. But anyway, I'm going to leave in the bottom bar below. If y'all saw the performance, y'all tell me y'all thoughts on the performance. It was rushed. I heard that she, she had apologized, first of all. She did that on Twitter. And she still wanted to do the Rockefeller Christmas show because it's kind of like a tradition to have Mariah Carey there. Honestly, you can't really have a Christmas show without Mariah Carey. She is considered the queen of Christmas, which I agree. She has the best-selling Christmas album of all time, 1994, Mariah Carey, Merry Christmas. So, and plus she wrote what many people thought was a Christmas classic, Merry Christmas to You. Like the other Christmas classics, like the first Noel, Jingle Bells, Joy to the World, etc. So it's Mariah. People definitely come down on her a little bit too hard. She's been in the industry 24 years. Let's see if these artists last that long. And she got that, and she got through the industry just with raw talent. But anyway, we're gonna leave that alone. That link will be in the bottom bar below, so you guys can check it out. All right. Now, if y'all heard some beeps, that was just Facebook, because I have to show y'all a video. And y'all see if y'all recognize this voice. I'm just gonna shut up and play the video. That's my clock. It's a bird clock. Every hour is a new bird, child. Tweet, tweet. What is this one? Is this an owl moment? I don't know. Shit. All right, well, here we go. Just listen. One less lonely nigga. One less lonely nigga. One less lonely nigga. There's gonna be one less nigga. If I kill you, I'll be part of the KKK. There'll be one less lonely nigga. There's gonna be one less lonely nigga. One more time. One less lonely nigga. One less lonely nigga. One less lonely nigga. There's gonna be one less nigga. If I kill you, I'll be part of the KKK. There'll be one less lonely nigga. There's gonna be one less lonely nigga. Thanks, TMZ.com. I got this. I saw this in this group that I'm in on Facebook called Reality Junkies, and somebody posted it, and he said that RIP to Justin Bieber's career as of today. So, as I just said, that's Justin Bieber. If you didn't recognize it. Now, this video is him sitting in a chair, and people are laughing in the background, as you heard. It sounds like just some kids or whatever. At the time, he looked like this is when he first came out. I guess he was like 12 or 13 or something like that. He was very, very young. And so yeah, that was a cute song, right? What y'all think? What do I think about this? I don't really think much of Justin Bieber. I never have. I never really got it. I mean, it was just this little white kid with a smidge of talent, with a lot of swag, and he had the right people in his corner like Usher and etc. And it was gonna blow him to be the next big thing, and they did it for a while. But I think that um life has definitely hit Justin Bieber in the ass with many times. I don't know why people would think that this is funny. I don't know who raised these people, these kids, but yeah. And you can say, oh, he has black friends, and okay, whatever. That still does not mean that somebody does not have racist tendencies. But then again, he was a child, so maybe some people would dismiss that simply because he, was very young. But still, you should know that that's not funny, especially when you work with a bunch of black people. You see, we all have kitchen table talk. To be honest, everybody got a little bit of racist in them. Let's be black people too. All right. But there's a certain thing as kitchen table talk where you sit at home, or you're in the comforts of your own home, or a family member's, a friend's home where you feel comfortable. It's just y'all, a few people sitting around, talking about any and everything. Some shit you just shouldn't do in public. This is definitely one of those things. Do I think that Justin Bieber is a racist? I think he's more so ignorant than he is a racist. Um, but him being a little white boy, I don't know how you thought this was gonna fly or be cute. This is years later, because obviously, as I told you guys, he is a child in this video. This was years later. You see how shit come back and bite you in the ass? Telling you, karma's a bitch. Life is hard. All right. Those silly ass Kardashians. As y'all know, I don't have the picture, but y'all know Chloe had it was on Instagram. She reposted this picture that somebody made, and it had a picture of Courtney, Kim, and Chloe, and it said the only KKK to let black men in. Stupidity is all I have to say about that. But you don't joke about race when you're not of that race. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you like how only Asian people can do Asian jokes about Asian people. It's just like stay in your lane, boo. Stay in your lane. I know that y'all let many black men in. Y'all have for years, but just because you in, just because they in you, don't mean you in us. Maya Angelou, damn it. And I rise. All right. Don't be stupid, Chloe. We like you, but you're at your head. We can push your ass to the side too, like a dust mop. All right. I don't really I actually watch the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I do. Um, I think they're entertaining. I just like watching big families together in general because I don't have any brothers and sisters, at least not on my mother's side. I'm the only child, so it's a lot of long time. So it's fun seeing big families on TV, like the Kardashians, like the Braxtons. Um, it's another big family that was on TV. Shit, if the Jacksons had a show, whatever. But yeah, it was just stupid, and I don't think Chloe's a racist at all. She's, it's just a lot of ignorance. But there is definitely racism still in this world, duh, obviously. And yeah, just get it together, girl. Her sister, though, Kim Kardashian, her Paper Magazine photo shoot. Okay. I sometimes think that the Kardashians, you know how you have those people who want to be associated with being black, like want to be black as far as like physically, but they know that they're not black and they'll never be black, but they don't want all the other shit that come with black. They want the lips, they want the facial structure, they want the tits, the big tits, they want the thighs, the hips, the ass, they want all that from the black culture. But you know at the end of the day they not black, so they ain't got to go through the same shit that we go through. That's pretty much what I took from that Kim Kardashian Paper Magazine photo shoot thing. I think she looked the fool. She's a mother now. At the end of the day, you have a black child, and the world would definitely gonna let you know that. And why are you still doing shit like this, Kim? Like you really just proven the fact that at your core you're still or, and that's just it. Not I enjoy Kim. I don't think she's a bad person or anything, but it's just silly. It really is. And that whole Paper Magazine shoot with Kim reminded me of this lady way back in the day. Her name was Sarah G. Bartman, and she had a very large butt and big tits and all that. She was um African and Indian descent. And here's just something I found on it, just so I can you know get my mind together. Oh, excuse me about it. It says she was a 20-year-old slave, was brought to Europe 3 years after the abolishment of slavery. Her Dutch slave owner, Hendrix Caesar, agreed to let her travel to England in 1810 for exhibits under the guide that she would become rich, a promise which proved false. Of course, she wasn't going to become rich. Um, it says the well-shaped South African who was born to a Cossean family became a spectacle in the early 19th century when she was exhibited as a freak show attraction under the name Lieutenant Venus. Hot, and I can't fucking pronounce that, but look, I'll leave that link in the bottom bar below. Anyway, the Europeans had a morbid fascination with the genitalia features of their people, and especially the females, because of their body and all that. Black women have been built like this for years, but just black women being all voluptuous is not seen as attractive to many people. But if you see it on somebody who's not black, you're like, oh, well, they're hot, they're more exotic, they're voluptuous. But black people, we invented this shit, so it's just silly. And a lot of black men are notorious for doing this. They'll see this black woman, beautiful hips, all that, moments, darling, moments, and then they see this white girl with the same thing, whether hers is real or not, and they'll go for the white girl. Child, whatever, foolishness. Um, what else I want to talk about? Justin Bieber, them. I think I talked about Hazel E. Yeah, poor thing. well, well, Cat has had some issues. I don't know. We'll see. I'll take it any way I can get it. All right. Bill Cosby, child. This is the final thing that I want to talk about. Oh dear. This shit is crazy. They trying to take some who has Bill Cosby pissed off in the industry, because they are trying to take this man out of this world. He's already 77. All right. So here's the thing that here's what I got. All right. It says, all in all, this is according to time.com, all in all, 16 women have publicly accused. No, 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 no. I want to talk about. No, no, I'm going to keep going. All in all, 16 women have publicly accused Cosby of sexual abuse, 12 of whom have accused him of drugging them to felicitate abuse. Some of those women may be among 13 anonymous Jane Doe accusers who agreed to testify against Cosby in a 2005 lawsuit that was settled out in court. Taken together, the accusations span the length of Cosby's long career in the public eye as a beloved actor and comedian from the mid 1960s to the mid 2000s. Who was Bill Cosby still fucking in the 2000s? Child. They were given new light last month by a comedian's stand up routine that caught fire on social media, and new accusers coming forward has led to a drip drip effect of even more coming forward. Cosby and his legal team have at various times issued wide ranging categorical denials or refused to discuss individual cases, with Cosby saying last week that a guy doesn't have to answer innuendos. He better say something. This is crazy. This is crazy. Why are we hearing about this now? It says much of the current outrage can be traced to a stand-up bit in October by comedian Hannibal Buress, in which he mocked Cosby respectability schnick by saying, "Well, yeah, you're a rapist." The clip quickly went viral and led one of Cosby's long-term accusers, artist Barbara Bowman, to give an interview to the Daily Mail about her alleged abuse. Um, Okay, it says only after a man, Hannibal Buress, called Bill Cosby a rapist in a comedian ad last month did the public outcry begin in earnest. Bowman wrote, "While I'm grateful for the new attention to Cosby's crimes, I must ask my own questions. Why wasn't I believed? Why didn't I get the same reaction of shock and revulsion when I originally reported it? Why was I a victim of sexual assault? Further wronged by victim blaming when I came forward. The women victimized Bill Cosby have been talking about his crimes for more than a decade. I ain't never heard about him. Why didn't our stories go viral?" And of course, Bill Cosby really doesn't have anything to say about this. Like I said, he's 77 years old. Mm-hmm. I think this is tragic. I really do. Um, I remember running across a comment just randomly one day on Facebook, and somebody said something. It was about the Bill Cosby thing, and somebody said something. somebody's really pissed off at Bill Cosby in this industry, and he compared it to the whole Michael Jackson thing, because allegedly Tommy Mottola was the one that started those rumors about Michael Jackson messing with the kids. And of course, that turned out to not be true. You know, when people want money, when people want fame, they would do damn anything to get it. And the industry is dirty. It really is. And so I honestly don't know how to feel about this. I mean, so many women have came out, and they all have pretty much have the same story though. That it was all he drugged them, or he got them drunk, and they woke up the next day and they ain't have no clothes on, or and he would send them money to pay off their colleges and stuff, all kinds of things. Y'all can do your own research or whatever. I looked at a lot of videos on YouTube about this, about certain women, and they were all very young, like in high school. And like, how do your parents not know? Like, one lady out, she was saying that she just kept going back, but she never realized why she kept, whenever she woke up, she didn't have no clothes on and stuff. Like, bitch, why are you still going? Like, many of the women have really interesting stories, just to make you think, well, like, what the hell are you doing, sweetheart? Like, why are you still, where are your parents? Like, how could, that's crazy. But they all was models, it seems, or aspiring models, or aspiring actresses that he got a hold to. He just randomly met at places, and he would fly them to different places. It's crazy. Um, I don't really believe this much, but then again, I don't know. And I will also say that I won't put nothing past anybody these days. Have y'all seen Jerry Springer? Hello. And also, that was pretty much all I want to talk about the whole Bill Cosby thing. Y'all just, like I said, all the links will be in the bottom bar below. Y'all let me know about the whole thing. Okay, the whole Eric Garner thing, and just Mike Brown and all that. It's just gonna be a separate video. Definitely, because mm, that's deep. Ooh, child. But last story that I thought I was gonna save the Bill Cosby for the last story, but I forgot about this one story, and it's actually something good. It says Tyler Perry, he's welcomed his new child. Um, it says the media mogul and his longtime girlfriend, Julia Bilkeek or whatever. She's a model, longtime girlfriend. We've never heard of her. Okay, until now. Are the proud parents of a baby boy. The couple welcomed their son, Amon Tyler Perry, on November 30th, according to E! News. Amon, whose name means peace, is the first child for the pair, who have been dating on and off for 5 years. Mostly off. During Perry's 45th birthday party in September, he announced to guests he was going to be a father. The news quickly spread about Perry's upcoming father status, where he remained mum on if the rumor was true. Later, when Perry attended the New York Film Festival to promote his movie Gone Girl, he finally confirmed he was in fact going to be a proud papa. While interviewing with Extra, Perry accidentally let slip what the sex of the baby when discussing what type of father he hopes he will be, according to Perry. The greatest gift I'm being given right now is the opportunity to give the little boy in me everything I never had. So that's what I'm excited about. This beautiful human being that God has allowed to come into my life for me to get to know, because they can come with their own personalities, who they are, to shepherd and usher him. While the notoriously private Perry hasn't formally made a statement regarding his son's arrival, he and Bakel, the girl, created birth announcements, especially for their family and closest friends. The proud parents asked their loved ones, instead of giving gifts, they can make donations to Charity Water, a nonprofit organization committed towards obtaining clean and safe drinking water for developing nations. That's sweet. Hmm. Interesting. It's nothing like a man with a beard. With that said, you guys, I am Mr. Chalaki. I'm Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me. I'm at It's King's World on Twitter, and I'm Chase King was here on Facebook. Love you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was kind of long, but hey, I had to say what I had to say, and I had to read what I had to read. So there we go. Love you much. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share, whatever you got to do. All the good stuff. Love you guys much. Bye.